Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play the entirety of this video and then I'll go back and talk about what's going on in the video and about things that I think that were done right and or done wrong. Without further ado, here we go.
This following critical incident briefing is intended to provide you with information about a recent incident which resulted in a deputy-involved shooting. This briefing has been prepared so that you may have a better understanding of the circumstances which led to the use of force. As a part of this briefing, you may be shown photographs of the scene and the evidence involved, both surveillance video and body-worn camera video, and additional information relevant to the event. We hope this provides you with a better understanding of what occurred, based on what we know as of this moment. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department conducts very thorough use of force investigations. Every deputy-involved shooting is a traumatic event for all involved. Each deputy-involved shooting is reviewed by independent investigative agencies to ensure compliance with the law and Sheriff's Department policy. Even as the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department conducts its own investigation, investigators and attorneys with the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office conduct their own independent review when someone is struck by gunfire. These investigations typically require multiple witness interviews, review of video footage, and analysis of significant amounts of forensic evidence. We are in the very early stages of this investigation. Our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We do not draw conclusions about whether the involved department members acted consistent with the law, our policies, and our training until all the facts are known and the entire investigation is complete. A word of caution, the images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a law enforcement officer uses force to effect an arrest of a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. Viewer discretion is advised. On Wednesday, June 23, 2021, at approximately 9:52 a.m., Norwalk Sheriff Station deputies were notified over the radio by officers in a Los Angeles Police Department air unit that a vehicle was driving recklessly on surface streets near Leffingwell Road and Studebaker Road in the city of Norwalk. The officers described the vehicle as a white Ford utility box truck driving with its tailgate down, creating a hazard for other drivers.
Norwalk Sheriff's on for LAPD Air 3.
Go ahead.
Roger, ma'am. We're Leffingwell Road and Studebaker Road, just monitoring a box truck. Initially came out of reckless in Southwest Division, and it's currently got the tailgate down on the vehicle. Wanted to see if perhaps I could get a sheriff's unit to attempt to stop the vehicle.
10-4, LAPD Aero. I copied Leffingwell, and I'm sorry, what was the crossing? What's the vehicle wanted for?
Currently at Studebaker and Rosecrans, and initially came out as a reckless driver. Currently not wanted for anything at the moment, ma'am, but it does have its tailgate down, possibly creating a hazard for vehicles driving behind it.
Deputies assigned to Norwalk Sheriff Station responded to the area, located the vehicle, and conducted a traffic stop on Barnwall Street just west of Piuma Avenue. The vehicle initially yielded, and deputies used a public announcement system to order the driver out of the vehicle. The driver refused to exit the vehicle, and after a few moments drove away and headed south on Piuma Avenue. The driver was later identified as 28-year-old Frederick Holder. The deputies followed behind Holder as he drove southbound on Piuma Avenue and over a small median where Piuma Avenue merges with the Alondra Boulevard off-ramp off the southbound 605 freeway. Holder was forced to stop due to a red light and vehicle traffic in front of him on Alondra Boulevard. Deputies positioned their vehicles directly behind Holder, exited their patrol cars, and approached the box truck. As two deputies approached on the driver's side of the box truck, they saw Holder seated in the driver's seat pointing what they believed to be a handgun at them. A third deputy who approached on the passenger side also observed Holder pointing what he believed to be a handgun at the deputies approaching from the driver's side. It was at this point a deputy-involved shooting occurred. Holder's box truck then slowly rolled forward, and one of the deputies on the driver's side observed Holder still pointing what he believed to be a handgun at him. So the deputy fired one additional round. Holder's box truck continued to roll forward until it collided with a traffic signal pole, causing it to stop. Holder sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Deputies requested a tactical shield and a supervisor to respond along with paramedics. Upon arrival of a field supervisor, a team of deputies approached Holder to assess his wounds and attempt to provide medical aid. Los Angeles County Fire Department paramedics responded and upon arrival administered medical aid to Holder, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. There were no other persons injured during the incident. An object resembling a handgun was recovered at the scene. Upon closer examination, it was determined the object was a lighter with a handle and barrel configured in an L shape similar to that of a semi-automatic handgun. It was later determined that Holder stole the box truck earlier in the day at approximately 9:30 a.m. near the 700 block of South Broadway in the city of Los Angeles. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department has begun a thorough and in-depth investigation. Homicide investigators will continue to investigate this incident by completing additional interviews, examining additional evidence and toxicology results, and completing forensic reviews of the involved evidence. When completed, the facts of the investigation will be presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office Justice System Integrity Division for review and a determination whether the force used was within the law. Following the District Attorney's review, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Internal Affairs Bureau will complete an administrative investigation of the incident. The Internal Affairs Bureau will present the case to the Executive Force Review Committee, which will evaluate the performance of the deputies and determine if their tactics and use of deadly force were within policy and met the high standards of the Sheriff's Department. On behalf of Sheriff Alex Villanueva, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department is appreciative of your interest and understanding in this incident.
All right, let's get into it. Drop volume and we'll head back in. So this vehicle, the call for it originally started with the agency of LAPD. And I'm assuming that because this vehicle left a geographical area that LAPD ground units would not continue, but the helicopter would continue and follow. And they called the sheriff's office to see if they would do anything. Each area is different, and it didn't really specify if LAPD had got there and tried to stop the vehicle, and it didn't. It doesn't really indicate that that's what happened. It sounds like it kind of left a geographical area that LAPD would cover, and instead of having LAPD cars continue and go out of their area, they just decided to follow it with a helicopter, and then the sheriff's office got involved. And that happens. First initial stop, nothing happens. The guy refuses to do anything. Now, when it comes to this size of a vehicle, mass matters, and there's not much that these smaller vehicles are going to be able to do to stop such a large vehicle. And of course, this early in the game, no one would be thinking, all right, how are we going to ram this vehicle off the road, or how are we going to get it to stop? Eventually, I'm sure that they would have tried to initiate some spike strips and stuff like that, but early in the game, who knows? And it's so odd because in my area, you barely see Crown Vics anymore. But it's so odd to see these things still like as frontline cars. There's a few in my area, but there's very few of them. So it's still odd to see these things, especially in a large area like Los Angeles, where the budget is so much nicer than smaller areas, and they can more than likely afford more vehicles, but yet they're still rocking with some Crown Vics. Now, this truck could have very, very easily gone over this little median. It would have had enough height clearance to go over that, no problem whatsoever. Probably the person who stole this, I would say, wasn't thinking about that. Who knows what was going through their head, but that vehicle is certainly capable of crossing this and getting out from behind the stopped traffic at the light. This guy gets out with a rifle. I like that. You just don't see too many people getting rifles out, and that's a shame. That needs to change. But he's got the right mindset. He gets out with his rifle and goes to work. They're formulating their plan. Who knows exactly what they're talking about? And at this point, we don't really have a good visual on anything. The car kind of blocks a lot of the view, and all we're seeing is dash cam footage. No body cam footage. This person seems a little unsure on what to do. Back that up. Let's focus on this person as they arrive. All right, so she arrives and gunfire. She's like, oh, know what to do. Stands there playing with the radio. No, yep, come on. Nope, not going. So I see a lack of decisiveness out of her. Now he is starting to direct traffic. I'm hoping that he is getting these people to pull off to the side so that they can get their information and log them down as witnesses. I hope he's just not directing them out of the way and letting them completely go on about their day and just leave the scene. But no idea. This is not the first time that I've seen a video where a person held a little torchlighter, whatever you want to call it, like a gun, and then got shot. I want to say there was another California video that someone did something like this. I just can't remember what it was, but I do remember. No, I can't remember. There was another video where someone used a little torchlighter thing like this and pointed it and caused officers to shoot at them. I don't necessarily think this was a suicide by police kind of thing. The only thing I can think of that would be going through these people's head is if they point something that looks like a gun at the police will run away or stay away from them. If it's, like I said, if it's not them being suicidal, that's the only thing I can think of. Why else would you point something like that at the police and think that nothing's going to happen? So these people must be incorrectly thinking that if they just point it at them, they'll pull a magic trick and disappear and stop messing with them, leave them alone. You would think that it being year 2021 and lots of news coverage about the police, and over exaggeration of police just shooting and killing people, that if this guy was not suicidal and he wanted to live, you would think he wouldn't do that. You would think that he would not point this object at the police and make them think it's a gun. So who knows? There's no way of getting in those people's heads and figuring out why they did what they did. I wish there was. I really do. That way we could learn from it and get a better idea on how to stop stupid stuff like this from happening. But Until we get to that level of technology, this stuff's just going to keep happening. Other than that, nothing else to say. If you like what you hear and see, give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense, thank you for watching.